WNBA will be reliant on their other stars to maintain the interest of the mainstream. With Angel Reese being the only player with mainstream name recognition, most of the pressure, it is going to be on her to perform. And we have plenty of evidence that proves Angel Reese is not qualified to carry the league.
The Chicago Sky started 0-4. Their games without Clark flatlined in interest. But worse than the stats were the signs from within. And when a team's chemistry falls apart in front of millions, people notice. Worse yet, the fans have turned.
We done got a brand new coach, we got brand new players, and we still look a fool on the court. I'm tired of waiting until, again, tomorrow is never promised. Why do we have to wait? Liberty ain't finna wait. The Fever ain't finna wait. Atlanta Dream ain't finna wait. The Washington Mystics, they ain't gonna wait. I remember last year, the LA Sparks, I was like, that's a team that, I'm not really worried about. For the most part, when we would play them last year, we would win. I think we lost to them maybe once or twice. This season, I don't see us whooping the LA Sparks not one game. Not one game. Because we literally look a mess. There's no coordination, no fitness, no athleticism, no raw power strength, no plan. What's a woman, what's a man without no plan?
Elevate Kamilla Cardoso and let everything run through her. Let her be the dominant force down close to the basket for the Chicago Sky.
Kamilla Cardoso didn't just play basketball on May 27th. She delivered a message, and it wasn't aimed at the opposing team. It was aimed straight at Angel Reese.
Cardoso, oh no. Free Kamilla Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor. Saying, oh, well, the teams aren't really going to suffer. They already sold the tickets. No. You don't understand. If the Chicago Sky moved into the United Center, and let's say resale-wise, they sold all 19,000, well, when only 9,000 to 10,000 show up, they're losing merchandise sales, they're losing food sales, they're losing beverage sales. They're losing big. They took a big gamble to get into that arena, and they're losing big because it's not going to be full, and those people aren't going to be buying things.
Even ESPN segments have started asking the uncomfortable question, is Angel Reese overrated? With Clark off the court and Reese collapsing under pressure, the WNBA is entering dangerous territory, not just in terms of competition, but survival. And that's when the real fear sets in. What if Caitlin Clark doesn't come back at all? Or even worse, what if she walks away from the WNBA altogether? She's already hinted she could go overseas. The league has battered her physically and politically. She's been targeted, fouled hard, and disrespected, all while carrying 26% of the league's economic output on her shoulders. That's not just unsustainable, it's reckless. The WNBA is teetering, built on one rookie, fueled by one storyline, and now, without that fuel, it's sputtering. The result? Another blown double-digit lead, another collapse. But this wasn't just one bad night. It was their fourth straight loss. And it's becoming a pattern. Every game is starting to feel the same. Start strong, lose chemistry, stall out, and fall apart in the second half. And more often than not, the drop-off begins when Reese gets the ball. Even fans online are starting to call it out. They're tired of highlight stats that don't lead to wins.
To me, it's like low-key cringe. Okay, it's great that she's able to get her misses, but still, she kept missing the ball. Okay, that's not a good look, Angel. You need to stop playing selfishly and pass the ball.
From tense stares to ignored plays, it was clear. Kamilla Cardoso is tired of picking up Angel Reese's slack.
This point forward experiment, this Ariel Atkins trade, this has done nothing but backfire on you, backfire on the team, and backfire on the fans. Angel Reese last night against the New York Liberty, one of the worst games she's played as a professional, takes that out on the referees. Kamilla Cardoso visibly upset, and all of this falls at the feet of Tyler Marsh and those who co-sign the lack of work ethic that we see from some players over there in Chicago.
10 years. You can't build an offense around that, and Cardoso knows it. Even her own rebounds told the story. Over 46% of Reese's offensive rebounds came off her own missed shots. Think about that. Nearly half of her hustle plays were just her rebounding her own mistakes. That's not dominance, that's cleanup. Meanwhile, Cardoso was constantly in the right spot, but she wasn't getting the ball. Why? Because the offense stalled every time Reese touched it. Instead of swinging the ball or feeding the post, Reese often held it, dribbled aimlessly, or drove into defenders. And when the defense collapsed, she'd either lose the ball or throw a wild pass too late. That's how you kill momentum. And when you look deeper into the stats, the truth gets ugly fast. Reese went 0 for 8 from the field. That's right, she didn't make a single shot. Even worse, most of those misses came within 4 feet of the basket. Easy layups. Missed.
Did you know 46% of her offensive rebounds come for her own misses so far this season? 46% rebound rate. You're welcome. New stat. Bang! Don't let that last shot fool you. Even a broke clock is right twice a day.
Come on, move. Get out of the way. Just give me the plate. Come on, give it. Move it. Get out of the way. Bang!
Butterpecan! Bang! If you've never seen her dunk before, just wait, because you're not going to see it here either. Bang! Fine, I'll admit it. We are watching because of you too. I mean, come on, man! Try shooting at the rim without looking first. How about it? Bang!
That tied her for the most close-range misses in a single WNBA game over the last 10 seasons. Caitlin Clark's injury on May 25th didn't just shake Indiana Fever fans, it sent shockwaves through the entire WNBA.
Indiana Fever ticket prices to games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement. An average ticket price of $137, all the way down to $80. People are selling their tickets, definitely can't get face value, so what do? They just continue to lower and lower and lower and lower and lower the price.
Clark strained her left quad. 2 weeks on the sideline, they said. But for the league? It felt like a shutdown. But was this the moment the Chicago Sky officially gave up on their so-called franchise star? Because what happened next, both on the court and in the locker room, has fans calling this the most brutal collapse of the WNBA season.
Let's get it! Another day, another loss. Bang! Starting to feel bad, man. They may never win again. About to get the combo meal. You get the travel, you get the rebound, and a turnover. All for the price of one, baby. Why is she top 3 in the league in turnovers? Because it plays like that, huh?
But this disconnect isn't just about basketball, it's about identity. Reese built a brand around being the villain, the fearless one, the queen of confidence. But now, the on-court reality is exposing the flaws in that image. And the WNBA world is watching it fall apart in real time. Because it's not just Reese's struggles that are making headlines, it's her reaction to them. After losses, she still smiles in interviews, posts cryptic Instagram captions, celebrates as if nothing's wrong. That might work when you're winning, but when your team keeps collapsing, it starts to look tone deaf. And it's affecting more than just her image. It's hurting team chemistry. Inside the locker room, the energy is shifting. When your most visible player seems more focused on maintaining a brand than fixing the team's problems, resentment builds. And in the case of Cardoso, that resentment is starting to show. And that's when fans really started talking, because these weren't minor moments. These were deliberate signals, caught on camera, of a player who had made up her mind. Cardoso wasn't just done with the play, she was done with the partnership.
Guess what did not happen? No double-double for Angel Reese equals victory for the Chicago Sky. She should be your 4th or 5th offensive option because she can't shoot. She still couldn't shoot last night. That's just a fact. She still could not shoot the basketball. You know, she's not efficient at all, and the lack of efficiency in her shooting leads to losses.
How are you 6'7" and Sabrina Ionescu 6 feet tall, Natasha Cloud 5'9" are snatching rebounds out your hand? It literally doesn't make any sense to me, guys. And I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of everybody and their nonsense. That's the problem with us as the fans.
They weren't just quiet, they were vocal. Comments flooded in. I'm not paying to see Angel Reese miss layups. No Clark, no point. On social media, the same platforms that elevated Reese's brand started mocking her game. Ticket prices for upcoming Fever games plummeted by 42% overnight. That's not a typo, from $137 to $80. And this wasn't just about Indiana. The Chicago Sky had done something bold. They moved their highly anticipated June 7th matchup, Clark vs. Reese, to the 21,000-seat United Center, home of the Bulls, expecting a sellout crowd.
Game to the United Center, the home of the Chicago Bulls and the largest arena in the NBA, expecting a marquee matchup between Clark and Sky forward Angel Reese.
In a single moment, on live TV, Cardoso looked her own teammate in the eyes and passed the ball somewhere else. That wasn't a mistake, that was a statement. For weeks, the Chicago Sky's chemistry has been falling apart.
Like, Kamilla Cardoso is meant to be a foundational piece of the Chicago Sky. Her and Angel Reese are meant to be foundational pieces, and I don't think they're going to work out. I don't think the two of them are going to work out together. I don't know how their game plays off next.
But what happened during that Mercury game took it to a new level. On defense, Cardoso remained locked in. On offense, she began working more with teammates who kept the ball moving. She wasn't sulking, she was shifting her energy away from Reese and toward anyone willing to play real basketball. That's what made it different. This wasn't a heated argument or some emotional outburst. Cardoso didn't need to yell, she just needed one pass, one look, and one decision to show exactly where she stood. And in that moment, Angel Reese wasn't just benched by the coach, she was benched by her own teammate.
Look at her cutting to the basket. Oh my God. I mean, seriously, here we go. Once again, look at her toss the ball back out for a three. Hold on.
Angel Reese was supposed to be the face of the franchise. She had the style, the swagger, the viral quotes, and the cameras following her every move. But now, fans are starting to ask a much harder question. What happens when the image no longer matches the impact? Because the version of Angel Reese on social media isn't the one showing up on the court. She comes into games with flashy outfits, catchy slogans, and a highlight reel reputation. But the numbers don't lie, and neither do the results. The Chicago Sky have lost 4 straight games, and Reese isn't just underperforming, she's being outplayed by her own teammates, especially Kamilla Cardoso.
Your dude was right. Elevate Kamilla Cardoso and let everything run through her. Let her be the dominant force down close to the basket for the Chicago Sky. Turn Angel Reese into a role player, and you know what will happen? You will be an improved team and you will win games.
Then came the eye roll. After yet another failed pick and roll, this time because Reese didn't set an effective screen, Cardoso turned away with a dramatic glance of frustration. Moments later, during a timeout, Reese tried to engage in the huddle, but Cardoso stepped away, ending the interaction before it could begin. It wasn't just the half-court sets either. In transition, it was even more painful to watch. Cardoso would sprint down the court, seal her defender, and wait. But Reese, she'd still be crossing half court, fumbling the ball, or forcing an impossible layup, while Cardoso stood wide open under the basket. That's not just bad timing, it's wasted opportunity. The Sky's transition offense looked broken, and fans saw it clearly. Every time Reese ran the offense, things slowed down. Ball movement stopped, spacing disappeared, and possessions ended in disaster. It all came down to a single play, the kind of play that doesn't show up in the box score, but tells you everything you need to know about what's really happening inside the Chicago Sky. Kamilla Cardoso had the ball near the top of the arc. Angel Reese, standing just feet away, called for it. It was a routine setup, a standard pick and roll, one they should have run without thinking. But instead of initiating the play, Cardoso paused. She looked directly at Reese and passed to someone else. That hesitation, that decision wasn't just about basketball, it was about trust. And in that moment, it became clear that trust was gone. Now the question is no longer what went wrong, it's how long has this been broken? On paper, Angel Reese didn't have a terrible game. She recorded yet another double-double, 12 points, 17 rebounds. But if you actually watched the game, you saw something very different. That double-double didn't matter, it didn't move the needle, and more importantly, it didn't help the Sky win. Because while Reese was putting up numbers, Kamilla Cardoso was doing something else, winning respect. Cardoso was locked in. She dominated the paint, altered shots, and made smart decisions. She was setting screens, rolling hard, and playing team basketball. And the fans could feel it. The difference in energy was obvious. One player was elevating the team, the other was slowing it down.
What are we doing?
She's not lashing out. She's just playing basketball the right way and letting everyone else fall behind. Even opposing teams are adjusting. Defenders now dare Reese to shoot, knowing she'll likely miss. They clog the paint, confident she won't pass out of the double team fast enough. They're not scared of the brand. They're capitalizing on the weakness. That's the real danger. The hype that once protected Angel Reese is now working against her. Every mistake is amplified. Every bad game becomes a trending topic. And now, even her teammates are backing away. Kamilla Cardoso didn't need to speak. Her actions said everything. She's not just distancing herself from Angel Reese, she's exposing the gap between who Reese says she is and who she really is. Kamilla Cardoso didn't scream, she didn't rant, but by simply ignoring Angel Reese, she said everything fans needed to hear. Viral clips of missed shots, defensive lapses, and awkward post-game smiles replaced highlights. One comment summed it up best. Reese is more invested in Instagram captions than actual basketball. Merchandise sales plummeted, attendance dropped, and networks scrambled to make backup plans. The cold truth, the WNBA built its momentum on one rookie, and now that she's gone, even temporarily, everything is falling apart. Executives are sweating, sponsors are nervous, and Angel Reese, instead of rising to the moment, is fading. She was supposed to be the rival, the co-star, but now, she's the reminder that there is no backup plan, and every game Clark misses, that truth gets louder.
We saw it against the Indiana Fever. Yes, she got a hard foul. But what was the difference between Angel Reese's reaction to the hard foul and Ryan Howard's reaction to the hard foul? Ryan Howard got up, took a step, talked a little bit of jargon. That was it. Angel Reese took a hard foul, got up, took multiple steps. Teammates got in there, proceeded to step forward. More teammates got in between. She proceeded to step forward. Couldn't control herself, undoes her shirt, goes to the bench, can't calm herself down, gets up, walks back to the check-in table, and then we see the race hoax heard around the world unfold.
That hesitation, that decision wasn't just about basketball, it was about trust. And in that moment, it became clear that trust was gone. Fans noticed it immediately. This wasn't some missed opportunity. It was a statement, a clear signal that Cardoso no longer believed in Angel Reese's ability to execute. In a game where every possession mattered, she made the choice to go in another direction. And that wasn't the only sign. Throughout the game, their chemistry looked completely off. Cardoso was fighting for position in the paint. She was sprinting the floor, boxing out, calling for the ball, but she was being ignored. Reese, meanwhile, looked disconnected, slow to set screens, hesitant to pass, and visibly out of sync. What should have been a dynamic front-court duo looked like two players on different teams. Caitlin Clark's injury didn't just remove the league's brightest star, it exposed a full-blown identity crisis. Angel Reese, once crowned as the perfect counterpart to Clark's rise, is now the symbol of everything going wrong. Her games are filled with awkward passes, missed layups, and disjointed offense. But it's not just her play, it's how her teammates are reacting. Kamilla Cardoso, the Sky's co-anchor, has made it clear. She doesn't trust Reese on the court, and when a team's chemistry falls apart in front of millions, people notice. Worse yet, the fans have turned.
We done got a brand new coach. We got brand new players, and we still look a fool on the court. I'm tired of waiting until, again, tomorrow is never promised. Why do we have to wait? Liberty ain't finna wait. The Fever ain't finna wait. Atlanta Dream ain't finna wait. The Washington Mystics, they ain't gonna wait.
And fans are noticing. On Twitter, TikTok, and every WNBA discussion thread, clips are going viral. Missed layups, bad decisions, and awkward moments where teammates visibly pull away from her. One video shows Cardoso setting up for a perfect entry pass, only to be ignored. Another shows her frustration after yet another failed possession caused by Reese. Meanwhile, Cardoso is locked in. She's not chasing the spotlight, she's earning it. Every screen she sets, every rebound she grabs, every smart decision she makes on defense is building her case. Fans are shifting sides. The applause is louder for Cardoso now. And the patience for Reese. It's running out. They're asking the question out loud now. Is Angel Reese helping this team or holding it back? Because when one player looks like she's fighting for every inch and the other looks lost in her own world, the numbers don't mean much anymore. Kamilla Cardoso isn't just rising, she's breaking away. And the more games they lose, the more obvious it becomes.
Wings and Sky, the wings, like I mentioned.
I mean, she was dominant. Look at it, inside close to the basket. Misses one. There's Angel. Angel actually threw the ball back to Kamilla. We've seen Kamilla. Let me just pause it. We've seen Kamilla trailing Angel a lot lately and/or cutting around the basket while Angel's down here and she keeps throwing up shots and keeps missing. Angel actually threw the ball back to Kamilla and it worked. Right here, oh, I miss a layup. I get my own rebound. Guess what? One shot, it's back in. One shot, it's back in. She is a dominant force. I mean, you're looking at right here. She grabs the ball, lay in. She hits her layups, by the way. She does. She hits her layups. Cutting to the basket. Up. I toss the ball back behind me by Vandersloot. Finger roll in. She's dominant.